Hello, hello, hello. Oh, let me turn this up. We're gonna do that. Hi, everybody. It's me, April Wall. I am back. I was on Thursday and Friday of last week between 3 to 5 this time. Or obviously this time of day, 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time is what I'm trying to say. And I am a psychic medium. I have been my entire life. All the women in my family did this line of work. And in the last few years, I focused more on the psychic side, tarot readings, things like that. I've written 3 books, Reading Tarot, Reading Tea Leaves, and Deciphering Angel Numbers. And at the beginning of this year, Spirit has asked me to push forward and to get back into kind of the realm of my mediumship. And so I'm offering these free readings. They are practice for me. I only need your first name. It gives me practice. It hopefully gives you a message from your loved one. And so it's a win-win. It's kind of an equal exchange of energy. It's a Monday, and if you hear noises outside my window, there are guys that are chainsawing, I guess, limbs that are in the way of power lines. So we will see how good my focus is. Hey, everybody coming in. Thank you so much for joining. Again, I'm doing free mediumship readings. I may get some things wrong. I'm trying to work out my signs and symbols and the information I get. So really what I need from you, it's beneficial for me as well as you, because the yes and no's that you give me, how we tie it up at the end allows me to go back to my notes for the next day and do that much better, because that's my goal, is to work for Spirit and to get your messages to you from your loved ones. So again, if you're interested in a free reading, helping me out, all I need is your first name in the comments, and I kind of go to who I'm drawn to. I would just ask if you're drawn, if you get picked, or even while you're just in the live, you can think about your loved ones that you'd like to hear from. You can send them energy. You can quietly close your eyes. You can meditate. Anytime you express gratitude, love, those feelings and emotions are high vibrational. And with spirit communication, we're all spirit. We're just spirit incarnate in a human body. And so that slows our vibrations down, because you have to get through all this material. In pure spirit form, it's a lot higher vibration. So you can hear me kind of jumbling and stuff. I think there's a lot of energy, and I'm just trying to feel through it today. Hi, Erica. Okay, so give me just a second here. So again, and what I will do once I'm drawn to somebody, we'll start the reading, and I ask my spirit guides to kind of gather your loved ones in what I see in my mind's eye is like a waiting room at the doctor's office. And then my master spirit guide goes out, brings the person back that has the most, I guess, pressing message for you today. And sometimes they bring other people, just like when you go to the doctor's office. There may be other people that come. There are people with scheduled appointments. There are people who come in as a walk-in, and their issue may be a little more urgent. So I do ask people to just be open. Of course, there are people that you'd love to hear from, people you were very close to, but sometimes Spirit, and it is their divine intelligence that guides this, they know better than we what we might need to hear and from whom at this particular point in your life. So all I ask is that you be open. Okay, I'm seeing, the first one I'm pulled to is Tammy under Miss Piercy. Is that still your go? You're open to get a reading? Can you guys hear the chainsaws? Okay, Tammy, that's good. I'm kind of taking a lot of this as almost like a scientific experiment. Every day that I come on and do lives, I'm trying to do them for a couple of hours, and I make notes of what the environment's like, how my meditations went that day, what the weather is outside, just to see how all of these things kind of affect my ability to bring in the information. And when I first started, like the first day, maybe max, I had up to 15 people. By Friday, I had 50 something. I already see the number growing now today. So when there is more energy, we can really collectively raise the vibrations, but it does become more difficult for me to kind of focus in and hone in, because there's so many. For every person, if there's like 50 people in here, there's at least, if not several, spirit people attached to you. So that becomes a whole lot more people to pull from. All right, I'm going to get started with Tammy, and thank you so much for volunteering and sitting and being my sitter for this first time, for the first reading for today. I'm interested to see why my energy feels so we'll get into that and see. So Tammy, I ask, as I ask my spirit guides to gather your loved ones in spirit close now, that you do the same. Take a couple of deep breaths. Just send out love, gratitude for the role they already played in your life, and let's see who has a message for you today. Who's here for Tammy? I immediately feel a gentleman, and he's almost giving me like doctor energy. It's interesting. Like maybe someone who would have been an authority on something. To be honest with you, I could see this person like wearing a lab coat. I believe he would be older in relation to you, Tammy. So someone that would fall along the lines of a father figure, grandfather, uncle, someone at least 15, 20 years your senior. I'm hearing him say, you're right on time. Oh, you're right on time. So I'm not sure if he was very punctual, if that was important to him in life, if his type of work made sure that he seems very precise. Again, I get this feeling like very good at what he did. And I have to throw this out there. I have to give what I get. For some reason, I keep wanting to say, from the Cosby Show, I want to say Dr. Huxtable. Is any of that resonating for you, Tammy? Hi, Alley Cat. And this person isn't necessarily, didn't have to be a doctor in life. And that's what I'm trying to see. Is that just a symbol for me to know that this person was respected in the work that they did or in life? Tammy, is any of that resonating for you? Again, this is an older gentleman. I feel distinguished, may have been punctual, precise, an expert in his field. This would have been somebody older to you, so a father, grandfather, somebody at least 15 to 20 years older. Okay, you're not getting anything there. All right, well, give me a second. Let me fill into this then. Because sometimes we'll have other people show up to bring in others. Show me a little bit more. Let me make this connection for Tammy. Almost get the feeling like he's coming in almost to protect someone else that's here for you. And not that, of course, once you've transitioned, there's nothing to fear there. But maybe somebody who is a little more shy or, pulled back, and he's like working as this, kind of liaison, this person to pull them out of themselves. And this second person seems female to me, and maybe younger. Guys, I apologize if you can hear that because it is driving me nuts. Let me ask you, Tammy, because I'm being brought back to this Dr. Huxtable reference, the Cosby Show. Is that anything from your childhood or your growing up, anybody that you know who's passed, or for you, was that any show of relevance to you? Is there any connection you can make to that? Because they're bringing my attention back to that. And basically seeing this gentleman in a lab coat, because sometimes they'll bring up memories that you may have shared or some, you know, pulling things out of your mind to get you to get to that point. Nothing. All right, Tammy, let's see. It's a Monday, right? Who's here? What is this connection? If you'd step aside, please, then I'd ask that someone else who's here for Tammy to please come forward. There was the female energy, like I said, that feels tied to this man, but stepping to the side of that is another lady now who seems older, and I just see a big brim hat, like a very fancy, I don't know if she would have worn these in church, if she liked to dress up for certain occasions, but I just see someone who is very well put together, wide brim hat, maybe even gloves, like very prim and proper. And I get that this would be a grandmother energy or like a great aunt. Someone who had a good deal to do with your upbringing. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not checking the comments. Is there, and again, with so many people being in here, other people, spirit people, will jump. So I'm trying to tease that out. Okay, Tammy, so you're not, okay, I have to be with someone else in this room then. Is there someone here who can take the doctor energy, the Dr. Huxtable or Cosby Show reference, someone who would have been an expert in their field, feels very distinguished. Okay, and I apologize, Tammy. If you can just bear with me, let me see if I can go where Spirit is taking me. And then once I deliver this message, I may be able to come back around and get to your people. So Chantel, can I ask you what I've given, what is connecting with you? Thank you for that, Tammy. Thank you. Okay, so your father is in spirit. You watched the Cosby Show. And he was somebody very good in his field, because that's what I wrote down, very good in his field. Is there any female that he would be connected to that he would have felt protective of that would be with him in spirit? Also, do you also make the connection with the other lady with the big brim hat, prim and proper? So your mother has passed, and you make that connection in that description to her, or grandmother. Okay. So I've got your father is the businessman, the expert, and then your grandmother. Now, is she his mother or your mother's? Grandmother is maternal or paternal? Which one? Now that I've probably found my sitter. Okay, maternal. All right, let's see if we can get this right. Let me try to recenter. Has your father been gone for a long period of time? Has he been crossed over for a number of years? I feel like there's questions that you have wondering about what he has seen, what he may have missed since his passing in your life, and he's letting me know that he's been there for all of it. Okay, 10 years. So that's a decade. I feel like he's pulling me specifically to a certain celebration where you may have really felt his absence. But he's saying, I was there. And going back to this right on time, like he wouldn't miss it for the world. It wouldn't matter. Not even death was going to keep him from this event. You've had a grandbaby born. Was this child named after him in some way? I feel like he has a special affinity for this child, that there's some type of connection between the two. Was there any difficulty with this child's birth? Because I feel like he's saying that he helped facilitate something like there. Okay. And that's the child that gave birth to the grandchild. Was there any issue around the birth? Was there any issues that popped up that got resolved? I feel like he's making me know that he was kind of essential to that. He was helping send this soul into this world. That he was hands-on about it. Did he get recognized as well while still living for his work? I feel like something was named after him, like there's an award or there's some kind of achievement he reached that became like this pinnacle in his field. And like people think of him in regards to being kind of the expert in that type of work. Like they recognize just the impact that he made in his career. Yes. Did your maternal grandmother and father, did they get along in life? I feel like there's some like light ribbing or something, and maybe because I feel like they're chums now, and I don't know if they were living as well. Chantel, you said yes, very much so. Is that about, I'm just trying to, I know I throw things out and then I'm trying to keep up. So your maternal grandmother and your father, was there some, because like I said, they're chummy now, which to me, but it feels different than when they were living. Like maybe did she give him a hard time, or she wanted to make sure he met her standards for her daughter? Hi everybody, thank you for joining in. I will be so glad when these guys are done with this work. Still got you, Chantel? Okay, I might have to move on if I don't. Are you still here, Chantel? Yeah, this practice today is a Monday. It is pushing me to my limits. I have guys, again, if you can hear it, right outside my window that are chainsawing limbs and stuff and then putting them into a wood chipper. So as much as I'd like to say that I'm way in the beyond, I still have the physical that I have to get through. Did I lose Chantel? Now, I feel like I'm striking out, guys, because I feel bad that I haven't brought Tammy's people through, and then I feel like I make the connection with Chantel, and now she's gone. All right, guys, I might have to reset. Everybody, if you're interested in a reading, just give me your first name. Let me see where I'm drawn to. Let me see if I can... And I'm worried that the outside noise and stuff may be affecting me more than I want it to. Okay, and it could be my connection here, because now it's like the chat is going a lot faster. Boop. Okay, so I hate that. Give me a second to see if I can reset. For all those that are interested in a reading, just ask your loved ones to gather close now. They kind of gather in what I perceive is like a waiting room in my mind. And then once I have my sitter, I send out my master spirit guide, and they kind of bring your loved one back, just like at a doctor's office. They wait for me. When I kind of go in my mind, that's where I'm getting all of this information. All right, I'm asking my spirit team to kind of help me reset, help me shake out the background noise and not making the best connections here. All right, let me see who I'm drawn to. And all I need is your first name. Okay, how do I pronounce that? J-A-N-O. Is it J-A-N-O or J-A-M-O? I just saw it. Jano, Jono, Yano. Okay, I see you, like under JB Nice 88. So is there any way you can, how do I phonetically, I don't want to say the wrong name to you. Is it Jano? Jano? I'm also very southern, so. Jano, is that right? I see that somebody else's. Yes, okay. Let me get settled here. So as I tune in, I ask that you just ask those that you have in spirit to come close to you now. Send them love, send them gratitude for the roles they played in your life, and let's see who has a message for you today. I immediately feel a strong female presence. And I'm hearing finally, like, okay, what do I have to do? Like, just, I feel like she's frustrated with me. And girl, same. Because I am frustrated with me. This feels like, I would say this is a strong female presence in your life. This would be like a grandmother to me, a great aunt, somebody who played, you know, helped shape who you are. And, you know, very strong personality, strong presence, taught you that nobody should run over you. Like, don't let anybody overstep your boundaries. Don't let anybody dissuade you from what it is you set about to do. Is this resonating for you at all? This, like I said, I feel, this feels like somebody on your mother's side. All right, hold on, let me scroll up. Okay, this could be your mom or aunt. You've got both in spirit. All right, I was pulled to mother's side. That may be just getting me to say mom. Was she this very strong personality, a woman who knew herself and wanted to raise her, wanted to raise you? I feel like you have siblings, like, to make your presence known in this world. You would not be stepped on. You would not, I feel like she's one of these moms who would have said, listen, don't start the fight, but finish it if somebody else does. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did Aunt play a role as stepping in and doing kind of some of mom's stuff? Because yeah, it's, I'm trying to see, they could both be here, or it's just one or the other. So are there two people in here, Jano and this other person? What you talking about, 8? Are y'all together? Are y'all related or connected? Okay, so your aunt's been around and your mom just passed. Okay, so that's pretty recent. Did mom have a long-standing illness? I feel like she was sick. If this is who I'm saying, like, had been sick with something for a while that she finally succumbed to. So this would be cancer or something chronic that she just wasn't able to overcome. Okay, you're not. Okay. Okay. So the more, out of these two, the more feisty would be your aunt. Is that right? Because she's the one really coming through first. And I feel like she would have been there to welcome your mother over. And like immediately when they connect, she's like, girl, let me catch you up. Let me tell you everything you missed. There's, you know, here's what I've seen from this side, and you don't know this. Like, I can see all, like, how it all comes together now. So it was like, and she wanted to show her the ropes of heaven, if that makes sense. Okay. Are you like your aunt a lot, like personality-wise or something? Like, I feel like y'all have that kinship where people might have said you're like her twin, or that could be your mom. But I feel like you carry a lot of your aunt who's coming through as a stronger, making herself known type of personality. That connection is there. Like, you two share a lot of similarities. And she's just saying, I've got her. I've got your mom. Everything's all right. Everything's going to be okay. I feel like just taking like the biggest breath, like letting it out, like that waiting to exhale type of thing. Like, I don't know if your mom experienced that with the heart disease, where it may have been difficult to take fully deep breaths, to feel like she couldn't exert herself. She couldn't do a whole lot of stuff, to get overdone with her heart. And now it's like, part of the crossing over. And I've never had anybody describe it to me in this way. So I thank your mother for kind of showing me something new. But it's like, I was able to take the first deep breath in a long time, and just stepping out of this physical into the release of the spirit of that pure form was just so freeing for her. And there was such a joyous reunion with your aunt, and just feeling like her old self again. I feel like she got robbed, and that may have been how she described it in life, of getting to do a lot of things that she wanted to do physically due to that heart condition. I feel like they're both here so strongly. And I have to, as mediums, we have to make sure we don't get emotional, because our jobs are just to be this go-between. I am simply the messenger. But I do hear them both saying, baby, we are so proud of you. Something in regards to the work that you're doing, the things that you're doing in the world, the light that you bring into the world, they are so damn proud of you. And I just feel like you have this energy that nothing or no one, once you decide you're going to do something, that's it. And nobody is going to stop you. And they are over there cheering you on. They are so proud of you for that, and excited for you, and looking forward to the mark you will make in this world. And because who you are based on what you learn from them, but then how you're taking it and putting your own spin on it. Your mom wants you to know, she just keeps coming back around, to say that she is okay. Please don't remember her in that way. I know our minds get stuck on that when we have those that are so close to us, especially our moms, that we lose, and we think back on those final few days or when they were at their sickest, and she just, I feel like she's like doing her hair like she's if heaven had a salon, girl, she's gotten the full works. I feel like hair, nails, we're looking good. We're up here. I don't know. I don't think we go out on dates in spirit, or that type, but like going out on the town. But I feel like her and your aunt are very much like just having the best time, and she just wants you to know that when you get down or you think about, and when you miss her and things like that, just know how much joy she's feeling, and how she's still there with you, and in every moment that you have from now to the rest of your life, she will share in that through your eyes. I feel like your mom, and it's so soon, it's a couple of months, and I know I've said this to others, but it really is the easiest way, and I feel like it's already happened. But if you're not somebody who remembers dreams, it won't stick with you yet. But you can set an intention before going to sleep and saying, look, if you want to come to me, and I want to visit with these loved ones, and I want to retain it, so that when I wake up, keep a little notebook beside your bed or something, and don't dismiss. I also feel like if you just got quiet and meditated, just turn things off in your house or whatever. You could play soft music, because I feel like your mama is kind of a strong energy, though, that wants to make her presence known to you. So I don't know if you get scared or anything, but I feel like you're almost going to be able to hear her. And she's telling me to keep it. If there were songs that were special to both of you, if you turn on the radio and you keep hearing this same song, that's a way that she's letting you know. I feel communication in that way. But you can definitely set the intention about dreams, because I feel like she already has. You just may not remember it right now. And it is so soon since her passing. And even when we do really well, we have so much grief and we are mourning that person. It just it's like static trying to connect to spirit. So they're always trying to get our attention. We just have to tune in. Yeah, they both send you so much love. They are so damn proud of you, and they're just tearing it up. I don't know how else to say it. They're just having a good time and want you to remember them in that way. And whenever you feel like you're facing something that's difficult, you've got things that God, I wish Mom was here for this. Call on her. Ask her. Because they can do things on the other side. I've had my family, the books that I've published only came after my great aunt passed, and I absolutely believe she talked to whoever it is, because that kind of fell into my lap. So you can keep them in mind in your prayers and things like that too, because they are always they are our biggest champions, and these two are definitely rooting you on. Okay, let me see. Because I've only felt these two ladies step forward. And sometimes who steps forward is who you need to hear from today. So did Dad pass before her? The comments are going so quick. Okay. He's here, but it's like he's going, I want to give your mom and you this moment. I want to let you two connect. That you need to hear from her. Yeah, he was there anytime when we cross. Those who have gone before us, it's almost like if you're in whatever room where you pass, if you could open a door into the next room, it's almost like this big feast or banquet has been set for you. And there sits all these people that you've missed through life, and they're there to have a big party with you. So yeah, he was there, but I still feel like your aunt pushes back there and go, girl, we ain't worried about him right now. So I don't know if that's in line with her personality, but he's going, baby, I'm here. I was here to greet Mom, but I wanted this for you today to connect with her. So I appreciate you so much, Jonah, because I feel like this was a strong connection. They love you. They send their love. Talk to them. Ask them for specific signs and symbols. Spirit will do that for you. If you go, listen, every time I see a ladybug, send me a ladybug to let me know that's you, Dad. Send me, a butterfly, Mom, or this type of song. They will work with you because they want you to know that they're still there as much as you want to know it. So thank you so much, Jano. And I appreciate everybody that's stuck in here with me. I think the guys may be gone now, so I think my connection has been a little bit better without listening to a chainsaw behind me. I am but human, so thank you so much. And I hope this brought you some peace and comfort today. Mama and Aunt and your dad, they're doing good, and they're having a good time, so I envy them a little bit. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if there's any way I could get my husband to turn on the AC. And if he happens to be lurking, he's not in the live, but maybe he's watching right now. We're in the same house, but I can't yell for him. If you want to turn on the AC for me, that'd be great, because it's getting hot in here. Anyway, all right, guys, let me reset. If you do want a reading, and let me reintroduce myself. My name is April Wall, and I'm a psychic medium. I have been all of my life. The women in my family have always done this line of work. And in the last few years, though, I focused more on psychic and doing tarot card readings and things. And then I got a 3-book deal, so I kind of took time off to write those. And I have reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And so that kind of took me out of things. And at the beginning of this year, and with the changes that are going on in our country here in America, Spirit has asked me to kind of push myself, get back into mediumship, because now more than ever, we need to know that we are all connected, that love does, transcend death, that we are eternal, and we are way more powerful than anybody on earth would have us believe. So I am working, I'm trying to answer that call for them. So I appreciate you letting me practice. I try to take notes and refine and learn all my signs and symbols so that the next time I read for you guys, it's even better. And you hopefully get a message from your loved one, so it's kind of a win-win. So again, if you're interested, just give me your first name in the comments and I will go to who I'm drawn to. Tammy, let me come back to you, because if you're new in the room, I had Tammy first, and then I feel like it was Chantel's people that were coming through, and then I lost Chantel, and then we had Jano, and now here we are. So Tammy, let me try to refocus, because I feel I owe you that. Tammy, just ask your loved ones in spirit to gather close now. Getting warmer and warmer in here, guys. And many times, I don't know if you see Tyler Henry, but when he works, he starts to sweat, and my face gets very red. This little mark under it's almost a heart. I light up the room with it, so that's how you know I'm connected. I feel like I almost felt like two people came forward, but I felt more strongly that there was like a grandfather. He feels like he would have done, maybe he would have worked with his hands. I don't know if he would have done farm work or a mechanic, something that he feels very salt of the earth to me. I'm getting like overalls or coveralls, or maybe something he would have worn to protect his clothes from getting dirty. He seems like a real hard worker. Also, kind of a quiet man, a man of few words. I feel like this is somebody maybe you spent time with in the summers, or like there were things he taught you that you only learned from him. Let me see. Okay, so your grandfather. Does that resonate, this description? Is this sound like him, Tammy? Did he teach you how to fix things, or? I feel like, I know it sounds stereotypical to say, but, things that girls don't normally learn how to do, like fix cars, or know how to change the oil, or fix a flat, or like he taught you how to do things. Like it didn't matter that you were a girl. He was going to teach you these things that you needed to know for life. No, never met your grandfather. Okay, well then this is somebody you would have known in the living. Tammy, you are a tough nut to crack. So do you only have the one grandfather in spirit? Who is this person then? Is this your father's father? I'm hoping I was reading Tammy under Miss Piercy, but this is what I'm saying when the group gets bigger, guys. Tammy, who I start with, Miss Piercy, is this the grandfather you have in spirit? Is it your father's father? Your paternal grandfather? Okay. Who? Why? What? Why would that? Okay, I know you gave me a first name of somebody you're wanting to connect to. I can try to go to this person direct. I like to have spirit direct it. So I'm striking out for you anyway. So let me see if I get anything for Josh. I immediately start to feel like this head rush. It almost feels like disorienting, so I don't know if this is him speaking about how he passed. I don't know if there was an impact to his head or something that caused his mind for him to feel disoriented. I feel literally woozy. Okay. I mean, this feels sudden to me. Well, this is something to do with some type of accident. Okay, thank you for confirming that. And I'm sorry for your loss, as I'm sorry for everyone's, but I know some of these are harder to deal with. And now, Tammy, that gives me a piece of the puzzle where I may not have been able to connect. I've not brought through a ton of people that have passed in that way. So I thank you again for sitting then. And you're okay with us having this reading kind of publicly, right? So I got accident, and I wrote down head trauma and sudden to me, which of course it is. But is there any question in your mind whether that was his intention or not? That he had second thoughts about it, but it just simply was too late. Okay. That helps with the woozy feeling. And the perception. So we weren't quite sure what we didn't have all our faculties. And just to share a personal story with you, my father passed when I was 6. And he was drinking, and he was a drinker. He could drink beer like it was water. But when he drank liquor, he became like a totally different person. And he had been drinking all day, and he was out swimming with friends, and he ended up, once he started drinking the liquor, he like slipped or something, and that's how he passed. So it's interesting that that's coming up to me, because I feel like there may be some similarities. He's taking ownership. Is this something that you talk to him about in life? About trying to get a handle on, to work on? So Tammy, this was somebody that you were in a relationship with. Were you there when this happened, or had been with him earlier in the day, and then... So this was somebody you were in a relationship with. And you have a close bond with his mother. Like, you bring her comfort. I feel that you two, he's showing me you two get together and talk about him. And it brings her comfort. It brings you comfort. You get to bond over this connection, the shared connection that you have with him. Now, his mom was there, or had been with him that day. Guys, this is a difficult one, and I appreciate you all hanging in here. And I just felt like I owed Tammy this, because he wants to apologize to her. She's still in the living, right? I feel like because she struggles with a lot of guilt. Like, she somehow feels responsible, which we as mothers would. Even when we shouldn't. Guys, I hope I'm not freezing up, because I'm not seeing much in the way of comments. Yes. Okay. He wants, you need to, if you'll relay this, if she's open to these types of things, but he is apologizing, and he didn't mean to put her through that. He didn't mean to put you through that. I feel like he's saying he had a lot of demons he needed to deal with, and he dealt with them in the living in the wrong way. He was self-medicating in a sense, and he regretted, what the reality his mother and you have had to live with of his passing, in the way in which he went. He wants to take that heartache away from you. And he's bearing responsibility for that. And he would really love it if his mother could know that he takes responsibility, and he apologizes, and that she was a great mother. I'm hearing him say she was a saint, and that none of this is her fault. None of this is your fault. This was just a series of bad choices. while we're sitting here, have you felt anything on like your right shoulder or down your back, either the chills or I feel like he's there with you right now and is trying to make his presence known to you. He most certainly does love you, and that's why he's trying to, I feel like, as I've said this with other spirits, but that he really has tried to make you aware of him, and you may be thinking, oh, that's something else, or, oh, I just shivered because, whatever, it's cold outside, or, and some of these things it's him. I'm hearing him say he wants to thank you. He thanks you for the way in which you did love him and you accepted him, flaws and all, where I feel like maybe he felt some other people in his life may have kind of wrote him off for how he lived, or how he looked, or kind of how the way he lived his life, and you just were fully accepting, and he thanks you for that, and you loved him with your whole heart and your whole being, and you just were wide open, and that was something that was new to him in a sense as well. Like no one had ever cared for him in the way that you did, and he thanks you for that. He thanks you for that. If you would please pass that message to his mother, apologizing and letting her know that he is okay. He's not suffering. I want to say this and using him as an example. There is no, when we do things that lead to our own passing. I know that there are many religions and things that say, oh, you end up in the bad place or whatever. In all the readings I've ever done, he's communicating with me now. He's not in the bad place. And there is no bad place, just to let you guys know. Spoiler alert. There's lessons that he's learned from the other side, having made these choices. There's kind of like this growth and development that they go through as souls. And so in a sense too, their lives stand as those examples, and there are things that people after them and who they affected in life will learn from. And as I've said for other people, because this is just universally true, the life you continue to live, Tammy, he will see through your eyes. So please, I'm sorry it took so many ways to get there for you, and I don't try to go to somebody. I don't, they call it feeding the medium, so I'm trying not to get any information. But just once I got his first name, he definitely came through. And I thank him because it's a more sensitive topic. It is harder to deal with. And he sends his love to you. Be aware that I believe you can smell him. I believe there's like a cologne or a scent you would associate with him. And I feel like he's telling me, just tell her when she smells that, don't discount it. That's me. And please, if you can, pass that message to his mom. He loves you both. And he thanks you so much for the role you played in his life. So thank you so much, Tammy. And I hate that it took so long. You were my first starting like an hour ago. But I think we got there in the end. And I thank Josh, and I thank you so much. Oh, guys. It's warm. I'm doing these right now. As practices. I'm leading up to a weekend course that I'm taking with a great teacher from the UK this weekend. And I want to keep doing this and coming out here like Spirit's asking me to do. And eventually I will go to doing private one-on-one readings in kind of a paid setting. I'm not there yet. So if you catch me in a live and I feel drawn to you, you're more than welcome to sit for a reading. And I'll definitely let you guys know when I'm doing it. I've been a medium my entire life. I have had to work through my own crap to get there, though. Obviously, through my accent. I've been born and raised here in the Deep South. Culturally, I come from a group of people that are kind of known for being readers and mediums, and that is the Romani people. The incorrect term, and a lot of people use, is gypsies, which is, we don't love for people to use that because it's a slur. But so there's a lot of issues where when I was growing up in the Deep South, the women in my family who had traditionally done it were dissuaded from doing it or doing it publicly because of the stigma that was attached. The evangelical Christian movement came in and said that's evil and it's witchcraft and, it's not of God. So there was a lot of personal baggage I had to work through to get to where I am today. So the connection's always been there. And as I'm doing these things and stepping out in faith, more of my own memories and things from the past are revealed to me where I remember, oh yeah, I did do that when I was, 3 or 4. And I mean, like my first real memory, and I know I mentioned this if you were in here earlier about my father passing. I was 6 years old. My mother and father had divorced by the time I was like 3. So he was not in my daily life. But I came home from kindergarten one day and my grandmother lived with us. And she was sitting on the couch and she said, April, when your mama gets home, she's got to talk to you. And the first thing out of my mouth was, well, what, did my daddy die? And I'll never forget the look on my grandmother's face, she looked like she had just saw a ghost. So I kind of call it like an everyday medium. I channel sometimes without even knowing I'm doing it. I've kind of put my foot in my mouth a lot with people I didn't even know. Like, you're in rooms with people and you think you're making a joke and then you stumble upon some family secret or, and everybody kind of looks at you. I've been there. So I'm now working on really honing it and getting it a little more under my own control, I guess you could say. All right, guys. Okay. I hope to be on for at least another hour. It has been very interesting today. I can tell I've learned a ton. So I appreciate you guys. And I hope this, if you don't happen to get a reading, please do be aware in the intelligence of spirit that you can hear messages. I've seen it already today where a lot of people will say, oh, that could be this person from there, that could be. And they know that you'll be in this room at this time. And they may know you may not be the one that gets picked. But if a lot of stuff lines up for you and you go, God, that's just how my grandpa would have said that to me or whatever, take that. It is meant for you. Because they know there's only one of me and there's so many of you. So they kind of give us these winks. They give us these postcards, these different ways to kind of piggyback on what somebody else may be saying. Okay? So I do hope that even if you don't get an individual reading today, that you're getting something from it. And again, all of us kind of need just a moment out of the day to remember that we are all connected. We are all connected by love, by one universal force. And no matter what's going on in the physical that keeps trying to separate us, because that's where the power lies, is when we remember that we are all one. And if we would remember that and act on it accordingly each day, a lot of this crap that's going on couldn't, okay? But I will say this, sometimes it has to, so that those who just will not see, those who are trying to remain blind to what's going on, their eyes are open. They won't have any choice. Does it suck that some of us will suffer along with them? Yeah, it does. But we're all here for a journey. Guys, somebody's got me. Whoever comes through next, I just feel so breathless. So let me try to simmer down. If you want to read, all I need is your first name, and let me see who I'm drawn to next. Because I feel like somebody got me. I feel really going. And the chainsaws are back. All right, let's see. Okay, I saw Lucy. Lucy, are you still open for a reading? All right, hold on, guys. It's got me doing a puzzle here, so I'll stay live. Okay. Lucy, yes. Okay, great. Lucy, I just ask as I go into that space to draw your loved ones in spirit close. You ask them to come in now. Send them love. Send them gratitude for the role that they played in your life. Just be open to whomever may come through. Sometimes they have a message for us at just the right time. Sometimes it comes out of the blue. You think, oh, why did that person show up? But we're just letting spirit lead this, and let's see where we go from there. I will say, whoever this is, I just immediately felt like a calm, though. So this person feels like they had a very calming influence in life. I feel like this may have been somebody for you that would have done that for you in life. Whenever things were going on, or you would, maybe kind of spiral a little bit, just talking to this person could put you at ease. Has the light changed in here? Okay, sorry. I want to say the energy feels female. Very loving. Very sweet disposition. Is any of that resonating for you, Lucy? Okay, your grandmother. Is this your mother's mother? Okay, on the dad's side. I just get this feeling like of grace with her, of being graceful, unless Grace was her name. But I want to say, like, use the term delicate for who, how she looked, how she put herself together. And she does just have the sweetest feeling to me. Does that resonate for you, that she would have been a calming influence for you? Okay. I just get the sense that she's just like beaming. I kind of hear her saying, she was my heart. Was this the kind of grandmother, would she bake like, the really good cookies or something? Like, I just feel like there's like something she was known for, like some little special treat or whatever that you may connect with her. She feels like that quintessential grandmother type of figure. You know what I'm saying? That when you watch the movies or whatever, she's that very, you know, would have been the grandmother anybody would have wanted. That's great, Angelina. Okay, okay. Yeah, those are the best. Grandma's like, don't worry, don't tell your grandpa, don't. Nobody needs to know, it's just between us. You know, a little wink, a little, and it was never anything like super bad, but you know, you didn't want them to know, or it's something you were told you couldn't have, and she's like, not for my baby, just don't. Was she into gardening at all? I just, because I'm sorry guys, I'm not great with flowers, and just a little FYI, or kind of behind the scenes of mediumship, a spirit knows exactly who you are, and they, you know, could want to have a direct conversation, but it comes through another human being. And there's me, April, with the life experience that I have and all of the things that I've come to know, and so they'll kind of pick things out of your brain and your memory and stuff, you know, to help you say the thing that they want you to say. So, but I'm not great with flowers, but I felt like I saw a daisy or like a white flower. I'm not great with flower names. Do you plant? Is that something you do? Like, I feel like there's some connection, or did you spend time with her in the garden? Because I just see working with these flowers, you know, and like having the like little knee pad that you put down, and maybe the little gloves. Like there seems to be something in that ritual. Okay, well, that may be something. Just remember that, because as you age, it could be something that you'll get into, and you'll remember that, or it'll feel like a connection with your grandmother. There's something about flowers. And like, well, let me ask you this. Is there any celebration that's recently, is it your birthday or her birthday, some, you know, connection to her that's been recent, either in January or February? I want to make sure she didn't show me a flower as in a symbol for that. Okay. So I think this is supposed to be literally. So just keep that in mind. Let me see what she's... Is there something... I feel like there's something she wants to congratulate you on. Like something you achieved that she's super proud of you about. It feels like schooling related. It could be a job type thing. But it's like some achievement that she's wanting to bring up. If my husband is watching yet again, I ask, please turn it over to the AC because it's hot in here. I guess he wasn't watching earlier because it's hot in here, you guys. Okay, he heard me that time. Okay, you changed positions like a year ago. Now, is that something that you had a lot of hesitation about doing, or you felt nervous about? Like, oh, was this the right decision? Because I feel like she's like proud of you for going in that direction, and that it is the right thing to do. Okay, it's within the same company. I feel like she's like, you're on the right track. You're doing kind of moving on up. I almost feel like there's somebody else for you here as well, Lucy, and I feel like there's a younger female that feels more like on the same level with you. So I'm saying age-wise, that may be like it was a friend or a cousin, someone not that much old, you know, no more than 10 years older than you. And she may not have had any connection with your grandmother, but they're kind of coming through together. Okay, Lucy, you're saying Michelle. That could be who this other lady is. And you're also saying Dad's in spirit as well? Yeah, I feel like as I'm reading for you, the room just keeps expanding. So I like getting more and more of the picture. Does Michelle have a connection to Dad and your dad's mom to grandmother? I'm trying to see if this is a familial connection or we're just helping, because one spirit can bring in another spirit. It doesn't mean they were connected in life. And also with your dad, was he the only son for your grandmother, or like, we don't play favorites, but like he had a special position for her, like, he was the oldest, or he could have been the youngest, but like highlighting him in particular. I'm sorry, you may have answered me and I haven't looked. Okay, no, there was no connection between Michelle and... I feel like, was she a friend to you? Because that's more of the connection that I got. And I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but I feel like they keep stepping up and saying their little bit. And then, so for Grandma and Dad is in spirit, correct? We have to make sure that our brains don't come in and start to make up a story. Oldest and only one that's passed. Okay, there we go. So yes. So earlier, that kind of this beaming smile or whatever too is kind of this. Are you told a lot that you look like your dad? Because I think there's this pride of kind of seeing him in you, and that, yeah, he's with her now, but even in the living, like he had that very special kind of position as the oldest. Just a lot of pride. For Michelle, do you currently, is that still the same company? Is that where you knew her from, the one that you work at now? because I feel like there's some kind of connection where her name still may come up with coworkers, or you're either still in touch with those people and you know, you think of her, you guys are talking about her, and she appreciates that, being remembered. She passed unexpectedly, or okay, yeah. Has that been kind of in the recent past, like in the last couple of years? Last couple of months, okay. Yeah, I feel you've got kind of these competing energies here that it's on me to try to decipher. So it's no issue on their part. It's me just trying to pull the thread to make sure I get the right person and the right message. Do you talk to Michelle's family at all? Are you did she have children? I feel some sense of those she left behind that she's bringing up. And I know you already said she passed unexpectedly, but it feels like to me it was something medical, but not something that anybody was aware of. I feel like whatever, it came out of the blue. Okay, your daughter works with her sister-in-law. I mean, so that, can I get that clarity on this? Was it something medical, not like a car accident, but like a stroke or a sudden illness that was much more serious? There feels like there's a lot of kind of unanswered questions that are coming up around her. I'm trying to get to her message in particular. I feel like for your grandmother and your father, it is just to come in and say hello and to know that they are still a part of your life and to send you that love. Your friend, it feels like, I don't want to use the term mystery surrounding it. But there may be more things that kind of are revealed that you're going to find out about her passing. She does want, and you said your daughter works with her sister-in-law. she does want her family, like, was she married? Like, I feel like there's a family, like immediate family. Like, was she married with children? She's wanting those closest to her to know that she is okay. Yeah, I just get, and I know you said it's a couple of months, so I just am picking up on this kind of shocking, like, still kind of surreal, hazy type quality around her passing. And knowing that you were going to be in here, I mean, it might be second, third, fourth hand, but to whoever, if her sister-in-law can, that she's okay, and I feel like there are two women who greeted her immediately upon her passing. So if you pass that along to the family, that they would know these two women who she was very close with. It was relatives that they greeted her and brought her over, because there was almost a little day's quality with her, like everything just unraveled, happened so fast or whatever, and that she kind of had to have the spirit side, bring her up to speed, so to speak. So, Lucy, I feel like your relatives kind of came through for us to get here to Michelle. So if you're able to pass that on, she is okay. It does seem, there is so much to it. I just feel like for you personally, there may be things that you find out. A little bit more, and that's not something she's sharing with me at this time. She basically, the message is to let them know I'm okay, that I was greeted by two women, and that and it's odd to me to just say it in this way, but that she is being taken care of. She's okay and being taken care of, and ultimately, as time passes and all things, there's more to the story that's being revealed, and it's not being revealed to me right now, so it's not for me to know. So, Lucy, one last thing too, I feel like going back to kind of your grandmother and all, I feel like there's still more stuff work-wise that's coming your way for 2025. That's going to be good. So keep that in mind. There feels like this continuing leveling up that you're doing. So you had a few people here, and we've got some interesting kind of, this was interesting for me, Lucy. So I hope it was helpful for you. If you can pass those messages along, know that your grandmother is very, very proud. Your father's there. They have that connection, and they're watching you. And it's funny with the work connection and having somebody from work that passed. So I think there's a highlight being put on your career this year as well, though. So just kind of keep that in mind. And I thank you so much, Lucy, for sitting for me. I hope that was helpful. I hope it made sense for the most part. If there's anything else that if you kind of catch me on a live or something and there's more to tell here for your friend Michelle, please, and that happens to be my middle name. So let me know. I'd love to know. That's not fully what I get is what I get. I can't force it. I can't, just like in the living. I couldn't run up to somebody on the street and say, tell me everything about you right now. And no. So, all right, guys, let me try to reset and I will read the next person. Okay, just for those who are kind of joining in, I'm a psychic medium. I have been all my life. The women in my family, my heritage is kind of this type of work. But I focused primarily in the psychic for a number of years, and I've published 3 books, reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers, because I also we're all sensitive. We all are spirit here incarnate in the body. And so you don't need a medium. You don't need a tarot card reader. Those are gifts that we all have, and everybody's ability is just different. And the more you practice with it or work on it, the better you could get. So at the beginning of this year, Spirit has asked me to kind of push myself and move more back into my mediumship, because now more than ever we need healing. We need to remember that we are all ultimately connected. So that is what I'm trying to do. So I'm offering these free readings right now. The more I do it and the more I kind of get back into the groove of things, the lives will probably go to maybe once or twice a month. I will keep them free when I do them, because it's almost kind of like pro bono work, aside from my paid readings, because it just helps balance. Everybody who's had someone pass that you love, mourns for those people. You go through that grieving process, and some people simply, no matter how cheap you may make a reading, especially in today's environment, may not be able to afford it. So for those who can, that's great. And for those who can't, I kind of offer these opportunities so you can hop in. And the intelligence and spirit knows who will show up, when they'll show up, and what messages they need to hear. So I think, that all kind of works itself out. Alrighty, let's go in for another one. It's been a Monday. It's been a Monday, you guys. And I thank you all. I will look, backstory here. I have like 22,000 followers here on TikTok, and I've been on TikTok for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, but not super steady in posting, because when I got the books, I had to stop and write those and edit and all these things you have to do. So really this is my 3rd live, maybe 4th overall. So I am working on learning everything. I'm a pretty quick study. So if I ultimately need moderators in here, but I'm not working from a list, because I'm going where Spirit is leading me. So all I ask is that you put your first name in. If you're open for a reading, don't feed the medium. Don't give me information. Just yes or no's with what I give you, and we go from there. But ultimately, I may get moderators to at least keep the comments in the chat somewhat whatever, because when I kind of look up, it is distracting to see some of the things that are going on. So I just try to, if you see me always looking off, I'm just trying to stay focused with Spirit. And I don't know if it helps me or doesn't, like if you like things, and I just appreciate you guys being in here. Your energy does lend itself to this effort. Even if you're not getting a reading, you can sit and quietly ask your loved ones to come forward. You can always express gratitude. That's kind of the highest vibrational emotion we all have. And that collectively raises our kind of, energetic frequency, so that Spirit can lower theirs a little bit, and we can meet in the middle and actually get a message. Okay, I'm going to tell you, Lindsay, I've been seeing your name come up. So are you still open for a reading? Okay, great. So Lindsay, as I ask that you two have your loved ones, ask them to come close now to you. Again, as you may have heard me say to others, there is a vast intelligence to Spirit. You may be surprised by who comes through. I just ask that you're open to that. You may get a message today from somebody you're totally not expecting. I feel like I have 2 people here for you, Lindsay. I feel like I have a man in spirit, but I also feel like he's holding the hand of someone much younger, like a child. Now, this could be literally that there is a man in spirit and there is a child, or it could be that this man in spirit is having me bring up a memory of you and him together, because I see, a child holding his hand, and they kind of have like a balloon, something you'd get at the fair or an amusement park. Okay. So is this like a father figure for you? And can you help me place, is there a child in spirit that you would make that connection, or is this more just the connection between you and him? Okay. And is this your father? Okay. I feel like this is something, he would have been like, I'm just hearing, he's my hero. Like, this somebody you kind of really idolize, though. And seeing you as a child, then, this is somebody, has this person been passed for quite a while? Like, did you know them as an adult, or that's when you spent the most of your time with them was as a child? Okay. Are we having an epiphany, Lindsay? What? Okay. So now the cousin, your uncle, that would have been their father? Okay. So help me understand then, when I'm hearing about him being the hero, is this how the cousin would have felt about his father, or is this how you felt about your uncle? Trying to kind of... There's something they're trying to show me in their passing. They didn't... Okay. How I felt about my cousin. Okay. So your cousin was like this hero to you. All right, that's trying to just help me make the links and what they're showing me. They didn't pass at the same time, but weirdly, did they pass in a similar way? Like, it just, there's something about their passing that feels odd to me. And now my cat wants to cry outside the door. Both the same way. So that is... Yeah, I just kept getting, that was so wild. That was... Okay, yeah, very, very interesting people coming through, Lindsay. I have to ask this oddly, just because sometimes my attention just is brought to things, so to get me to say what do you have a connection to Native American heritage at all? Okay. All right, then maybe more my brain, but I'll hold on to that just in... Let me ask you this way, and this may be why they're asking or telling it to me in this way. Like, is your family very tight-knit? Like, your crew is ride or die? Like, some families, you know, will kind of go their separate ways or grow apart, but like, I feel like your connection is tight. Like, you would do anything for each other. Okay. It's giving it to me kind of piece by piece. And it's also, I'm getting close to that 2 hours, so I know that's more on my end. My energy can kind of start to wane. I'm still struck, and they keep bringing me about to the passing. So, all right, we know who's here. What is it that you need Lindsay to know? Are you in a relationship with somebody now that they didn't get a chance to meet? I feel like they're giving you, you know, their approval or something, or giving you crap about it. There's something about what's going on in your life currently. They're in a relationship or I feel like they would have been very protective. So you are currently in a relationship. Did they get to meet this person in the living? Okay. Okay, so you see, that's where I protective. So you are still in that relationship with that person now. Okay. Because, yeah, I feel them. And that's what I'm saying about this very tight-knit family bond. It's like they're ready to go to war for you. So, almost like they're gritting their teeth, like, let me at him, like, and I don't know if that would have been their energy, but they want you to take care of yourself. Is the only connection with this person right now because of the child? Are you just co-parenting in that way, or you're actively in a relationship? Because I feel like that's why they showed up today. And I will say this, when I set my intentions for readings, I don't ask Spirit to bring forth what we want to hear, what you as a sitter want to hear, or even who you want to hear from. My intention is that you hear what you need to hear. They bring forth what we need. Okay. So first of all, they're lending you their strength. You're already aware of the situation. There's no need to pound that into the ground. I just keep hearing them saying, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you come from. Remember your strength. And that there are brighter days ahead. I know you said that you've asked for help but haven't received it. You're asking the wrong people, is what I hear them say. You're asking the wrong ones. They are protecting you. They have really stepped in close to help guide you during this time in your life. Now, this is a public forum, so I don't want to get into a whole lot of details about things. But they're saying if you look, again, for help, or you need guidance, you need to rely on your intuition, things that happen to pop up, some website that you come across, some conversation you overhear or something. Pay attention, because it's like they're trying to help get you out of this situation. Be mindful. And you've got to be smart. You know what I mean by that? Again, I don't want to put too fine a point on it, or get into the weeds or details about this, because it's public. But yes, okay. This is why I love doing this type of stuff. I couldn't have sat down 2 hours ago and told you who the hell was going to be in this room and why. And for anybody who, there are fake and phonies in every walk of life, in all types of jobs. And there are a lot of people that take advantage of people's grief and heartache in this line of work. I'm not one of those. And it's really why I've not come to the forefront and done this work for a long, long time, because I held myself to such a high standard that I just wanted to make sure that I took care with the people that I was sitting with. But your uncle and cousin showing up today, it's a critical juncture in your life. There is nothing that Spirit does by coincidence. Their timing is divine all the time. They are always on time. So call on them for strength. Bring them up in your prayers. Think about them throughout the day. Find pictures of them. Maybe put them up around the house. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do some things around this person to scare them, just to be honest with you. Because I feel like they're coming through very strongly to say, we've got your back. We've got your back. And even though we're not physically there, we've got you. That you are being protected, you are being looked after, and to do what you need to do for you and yours, okay? It also kind of makes sense to me now that the first thing I got was about being a hero. But you can also be your own hero. You have the strength of these people in your family. You have the strength of who you are. And sometimes we get ourselves in situations and we get around people and they erode the light and the energy of who we were, and we forget ourselves a little bit. And so if this reading is for nothing else today, it is to remind you who the hell you are, and that you are so much more powerful, especially than this person that may be trying to manipulate you or tear you down. So just know your uncle and cousin they said she had to hear it. And I hope it's been okay. Like I said, I know it's, remember who you are as a family saint. Good. Okay. Does someone have a tattoo of that or something? Or like some kind of tattoo that connects the family? I just got something about a tattoo. But if I could have you feel the way they're making me feel, like, listen, I've never been in a physical fight in my life, okay? And so old girl here probably wouldn't be taking anybody down, but they've got me feeling like I could take them all on, like bring them all on. Let's go. I don't just keep lining up. They have this, they're just pouring that strength into you. So I hope today serves as a reminder, but just something you can come back to. I know that I have access to these, and I may take these and start trying to make some clips or doing things so people can kind of see the stuff, and if I could somehow get that to you just as a reminder or something. But I just, this is the type of work I thank Spirit. I have to stop and thank Spirit, and I hope you all do too, because that's what they're all there doing for us. Death is not the end. They don't stop And they are still with us, and they help us, especially in the hard times. That's when their presence, you may not can feel it because you have the anxiety, you have grief, you have whatever's going on that's keeping things around you kind of whatever. But that is when they step in the closest. That is when they carry you. So please just lean on that. Remember who you are. And I am so grateful that they came through for you today. I'm so happy for you, Lindsay. I really, really am. It makes me, I wouldn't screw with these two, okay? I wouldn't try to come at them. And I feel like that's what they're saying. This person has come after the wrong one. And if we have to step forward, we will. And that's the other thing, guys, like, it is all love and light. Spirit transcends our petty day-to-day stuff or whatever, but there is still this connection to their loved ones on earth. And if they were willing to stick up for you in the physical, if they would have gone to bat for you, if they would have physically put themselves in danger for you, what won't they do in the spirit? Okay, so I'm not saying they, anybody, but they're still looking after, and if you can lean into your intuition, which is the way Spirit speaks to all of us, you'll hear their guidance and you'll make the right choices. Thank you so much, Lindsay. They are very strong spirit people, and I appreciate that energy that they just shared and what they're doing for you. And thank you for letting me read for you. That's a real blessing. Guys, all right, it's like 9 minutes till. I have been like in an oven in here today, and it's been a Monday, but I am going to come on tomorrow. I'm on the East Coast from like 3 to 5, and then I was going to take a break Wednesday, and then I have this kind of course or workshop or whatever I'm doing where I'll kind of be out of pocket Thursday through Sunday. And then next week I hope to do maybe at least 3 times in the week. So I'm going to come on tomorrow, and same kind of setup. So if you haven't gotten a reading today, hit me up tomorrow. Like I said, it's going to be about the same time, 3 to 5. If I can go a little bit longer tomorrow, maybe I will. I appreciate what y'all are all doing. And I know this is like, it's TikTok and you're scrolling on your phone and you're like, what's this girl with the red face doing? I can't thank you enough, because this is a part of my journey and what I'm here to do. And I have had so much fear surrounding it for so long. And I will tell you, every time I sit down, I am scared to death. But this is an exercise of walking in faith. And so if you had whatever you're facing in your life, if it is that thing that scares you to death, it is probably the thing you're supposed to be doing. It's on the other side of that fear is all these things that, what if I did do that? And could it be like that? Like, you just have to try. And so, thank you so much. And I really do. I appreciate you guys so much. We're complete strangers, and every day I may be a new group in here, but if you've followed, you'll kind of get a notification of when I go live. I hope to start doing kind of more videos with TikTok again, so I kind of stay consistent. Who knows how long the app will be around for, and the algorithm and all that good stuff, but I thank you guys for just if it's no more than what today was, these 2 hours, I thank you so much. So have a beautiful evening, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye.